All right, everyone, welcome to the 187 District Court. These are the rules of the 187 District Court. If you are at the jail, you're not allowed to use the chat box. You're not allowed to use the internet. If you use the chat box or the internet, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be sent back to your cell. And as you know, there are staffing issues, so we may be able to see you in 30 to 90 days from now. To everyone who is at their home or on bond, you need to find a stationary place. You need to find a place. All right, I'm getting chats. You need to find a stationary place. There is to be no laying in bed, no eating of breakfast. We would all like to be eating breakfast right now. I haven't had breakfast, but I'm not eating it because it's not professional to do that while you're in court. So anything that you could not physically do if you were in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. Mr. Marino, that mask does you no good if your nose is not covered. We wear our masks to protect others, not so much to protect ourselves. I don't have on a mask because I'm in my chambers and I'm the only one in my chambers. So to all of those on bond, if you do not behave professionally on this Zoom, what will end up happening is your Zoom privileges will be revoked. You'll be required to appear in person in the 187 District Court. As you can tell, the weather is not the best today. It's sort of like foggy London rain. So what will end up happening is you're going to have to get an Uber or a Lyft. They charge money. You may have to take the Via. When I took the Via, they didn't give change back. And guess what? When you need change, you can't find change. So you probably only have a $5 bill or $10 bill. If you decide, no, I'm going to drive myself downtown. One, the weather is bad. So you're going to see people who are not driving appropriately. You may end up in an accident. You're going to find a lot of one-ways. You're going to find a lot of constructions. And if you are lucky enough to find a parking space, you're going to find that parking space is expensive. So everyone, let's make this a great Monday. Mondays are as great as you make them. I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. When I open up breakout rooms, it's going to invite everyone to go to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a room. To all the defendants and those who are accused, your attorney is probably going to want to speak to the prosecutors before they speak to you. So please do not ask if you should be in that breakout room, because if your attorney wants you in that breakout room, they will request that you be in the breakout room. To attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, no matter how small you think that plea bargain agreement is, you will need to put that in the chat box to the court coordinator. She is listed as Ferguson coordinator. Please do not email, chat her, text her, call her asking for a continuance. I'm the only person who can do that. If your client is on bond, then your client will need to have their email address sent to her and sent to the prosecutors. To all of those who are on bond, you are not allowed to let your screen go dark, except for one reason. And that is if you are on a phone and you're signing paperwork. If you have your screen go dark, what will end up happening is you will be required to appear in the 187 District Court, which is located at 300 De La Rosa. To everyone on this Zoom screen, this is not the Bachelor, this is not the Bachelorette. You are not allowed to try to pick up dates on this screen. If you do that, you will be sent back. And if you are on bond, your Zoom privileges will be permanently revoked. To all the attorneys, the prosecutors have the ability to move throughout the breakout rooms. Think of the breakout rooms as when you go to the doctor's office. When you go to the doctor's office and they call you to the back, you're like, great, it's 9 a.m. I'm here on time. I'm going to see a doctor right away. No, they'll bring you to a little room so they can check your weight and your blood pressure. So everyone, put some patience in your pocket. To all of the defendants, your attorney's name will be called. Your name will not be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name called, please do not raise your hand. We know that your attorney is not here yet. Your attorney is probably Zooming in another courtroom, or maybe your attorney had to be someplace in person. We will get your attorney here if at all possible. Attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. If you see that you're low on the list and you wish to Zoom to another courtroom, you're more than welcome to do so. However, if your name is called while you're Zooming in another courtroom, you will be placed at the end of the list. And attorneys, it would greatly help things move quickly if you would add to your screen name the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence, Mr. Maurer, you've added Robert Maurer, attorney, family violence, but I have no name of your client. If you could add that, would be greatly appreciated. This is the order in which attorneys will appear: Floyd Rivera, Nathaniel Navy, Linda Corley, Melanie Lira, Robert Maurer, Raymond Martinez, Fernando Ramos, Ron Ross, Laura Lefton, Christopher Castro, Jeff Muldiner, and Donald Wilson. Is there any defense attorney's name that I have missed? All right, then Floyd Rivera, who is your client, and is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Judge, it's a DWI, Your Honor, with a child under the age of 15.
All right, and what's your client's name?
Jocelyn Faith Hernandez.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Appreciate it, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am. Nathaniel
Navy.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. I know I need not give you any instructions because you're here all the time. I'm going to send you to number 4.
I almost forgot, and I remembered. Yeah.
All right, I sent you to number 4. Thank you.
Judge.
Linda Corley, thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 5.
Thank you.
Melanie Lira,
Good morning, Judge.
thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 6.
On this case, Judge, I believe we were just updating the court on his payment process.
All right, I'll
That's-
send you to number 1.
Okay.
Ms. Ferguson and a prosecutor, if you could go to number 1 and see where we are on the payment. Robert Maurer, I'll send you to number 6.
Thank you.
Raymond Martinez, thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 7.
And Judge, I think ours is a PSI.
Are you, have you had a chance to speak with your attorney, and have you received the PSI?
I did get the PSI, Judge. Actually, I was reading through it. If I could just recall me a little bit, I should be ready to go.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And to all the attorneys, just raise your hand when you're ready, when you've been to the breakout room and came back. All right, Fernando Ramos, thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 7.
Thanks, Judge.
Ron Ross, thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 8. Laura Lefton.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Oh, great. Thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 9.
Thank you, ma'am.
Christopher Castro. Thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 10.
Thank you, Judge.
Jeff Mulliner. Jeff Mulliner going once.
Here,
Hi. Is your client criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal Trial Division. I've been talking to Brittany Sparks.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 11.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Just give me a moment. Donald Wilson,
Good morning, Judge.
criminal trial division or family violence?
I believe it's CTD.
I'm going to send you to number 12. Kirk Sherman.
I'm here.
Yes, who do you have?
Clifford LeBlanc.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
I believe it's Criminal Trial Division, Judge, but I don't have my notes in front of me. I apologize to the court.
Oh, no problem. We will look and let me see how he's listed. Rebecca, do you see a Clifford LeBlanc on the docket? Anyone? Found it. All right, criminal trial division. I'll send you to breakout room number 13. That's a lucky breakout room number.
Lucky 13. Thank you.
You're welcome. Pat Montgomery.
Good morning, Judge. CTD Michael Hinojosa.
All right. I'm gonna have to give you an A instead of an A+ because you didn't put CTD on the end.
I figured I ran out of room.
No, you're good. I'm gonna send you to number 14.
Thanks, Judge.
Sure. All right, Paul Eisenberg.
Essenberg, Your Honor.
Essenberg, yes. Which case are you here for?
I'm here on Brianne Fernández Perez.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal trial, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 15.
Yes, ma'am.
And everyone have all attorneys been assigned to a breakout room? Is there any attorney who has not been assigned? Okay. And just give me a moment. We're going to take up a compliance hearing. All right, the compliance hearing is on Campos. Is probation officer for Campos present, please? Probation officer for Benito Campos. Or Campos. All right, well, we shall wait. Anyone back from the breakout rooms? Anyone ready?
Judge, we're back from the breakout room. This is Melanie Lira for Jonathan Brown.
Okay, just give me a moment. And where is Jonathan Brown?
I'm right here, ma'am.
How are you listed on the Zoom screen?
How can I check that?
It says TF Ally Truth Finesse.
Oh, that's
Okay.
that's my email. I'm sorry.
All right, when next time you come on the Zoom screen, you need to change your name. We're
Yes,
not
ma'am.
here for advertisement, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
No problem. So where are we with regards to his payments?
So in this case, Your Honor, we still have a restitution balance of $5,296. That is just restitution for full transparency. The total amount is $14,280 with probation fees and such. I know that when we discussed this back on October 26th, we were discussing making payments as soon as he got out at a minimum, I believe, of $500 to try to chip away at this restitution amount. And we were just doing periodic check-ins to make sure that he was actually in compliance.
So what is he paid? Is he in compliance?
So from, he made a payment in November, I believe, of probation. I think you said 200 and something. And then in January 5th of 500 or 600.
All right.
The only payment that was missed, if we're looking at monthly payments, was December. So we discussed it for him to pay something higher in January.
Okay. All right. So how much are you able to pay for February, since you've already paid in January, Mr. Brown?
Another 600, ma'am.
Okay. All right, then what we're going to do is we're going to recall it in March to see where we are with you and your payments. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And why do I have a missed reporting for December 21st on the
Yes,
motion?
ma'am. I talked to her, I think it was a couple of days ago, and I told her I only got one email, ma'am, from her about the reporting, because I don't miss my report days.
All right, well, make sure you don't miss them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and the other thing that's on the motion to revoke is use of alcohol. So remember, you're not allowed to drink alcohol in your house, outside your house, or anywhere while on probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a setting date for him in mid-March, please, in the chat box? All right, we're going to come back on March 23rd for a payment update.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if there's nothing else, you are excused.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. You too.
Okay, Judge, may I be excused as well?
Yes.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you. You too. All right, anyone else back from the breakout room?
Robert Maurer, Judge.
Okay.
It's on Antonio Casablanca.
All right, just give me one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what is happening with Mr. Casablanca?
Judge, the state was supposed to speak with the alleged victim and witness, but they apparently both got COVID and didn't come in for their appointments. And the state has CPS records. I'm not sure in regard to what.
All right, and who is the prosecutor you spoke to on this?
Michelle. She said she may be in another breakout room, but she asked for 30 days so she could speak with the victim and also to get me the CPS records.
Okay.
She said they have them already.
All right, did she tell you when the complainants had COVID or anything of that nature? Because this case has been going on for a while.
No, Judge, I couldn't tell you that. I can tell you I've had discussions with David Martin about this starting back in June.
All right, we're going to take care of that. So what discovery do you say they're saying that they have?
They got some CPS records. I'm not sure if they're relevant to the case. Mr. Casablanca and the alleged victim share a child, but the mom's rights were terminated. So I'm not sure if they're necessary, but I'll certainly take a look at them, see if there's anything relevant in regard to my case. But I think the issue is the state speaking to witnesses and the complainant to see if they have a case, and if not, we just put a trial.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, on this case, put this case mid February after the 14th, and we're going to find out what's going on. So we're coming back on February 23rd. And so state on this case, you need to have spoken to your witnesses. Have you received an offer, Mr. Maurer?
Judge, we're not taking any offers right now.
I mean, I understand, but have they submitted one to you?
No, Judge, not that I have any notes to, but I obviously all along I had questions about the veracity of the witnesses. And I needed the state to talk to them to see whether or not they wanted to proceed.
All right, state on February 23rd, you need to be prepared to make an offer to Mr. Maurer or either dismiss, whatever you're going to do, but he needs an offer made.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You and your client are excused unless you have anyone else with us.
I don't. Thank you, Judge.
Sure. Just give me one moment, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Laura Lefton.
Hi,
Are you able
Judge.
to? Hi.
Hi. I did just speak. Am I interrupting someone else? I'm sorry. I don't want
No, you're not.
Okay. I did just speak with Brittany. She's going to be submitting a dismissal to you shortly, or maybe has already. And I'm trying to unraise my hand. Lower hand.
All right. Is this case indicted?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All right. Let me see. No, it was. All right. And is your client here?
She should be.
All right, Ms. Leal, I'm being told
Yeah.
that your case is going to be dismissed. So let me check to see if I received the dismissal. All right, I have received the dismissal and I've just signed it. So you and your client are excused.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. I appreciate
All
it.
right, you're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you,
You're
Judge.
And Judge, could you have Jocelyn Hernandez go to room 3
Is she in custody or on bond?
on bond? Oh, she just went.
Okay, thank you. All right, who are the prosecutors on Patrick Salmonega? Salmonega, I think.
I can handle it.
All right, thank you. And let me see what the agreement was on this. All right, he needs to be in the courtroom.
I was thinking the same thing, Judge.
Mr. Samaniego, you need to come to the 187 District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa, 4th floor.
Judge, I'd like to try to make it down there myself with him. I always hate doing these separated from my client. Can I try and get there maybe right before lunch? If that doesn't work, I'll do it after. I've got like 5 or 6 other Zooms. Actually, I have
All right.
two others.
But
in
let's
your-
do this. Let's see when Mr. Samaniego will be here. Mr. Samaniego, you need to make to the 187 District Court, okay?
Patrick, it's because it's a sentencing hearing. I don't know why our notes didn't say that. I should have.
Yes. So, Mr. Samaniego, do you understand me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. You need to be in the 300, you need to be in the 187 District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa. We're on the 4th floor.
Okay. I will need a ride probably.
You appear to be in a vehicle now.
No, I know, but I'm saying if I have to go in. Yes,
I
ma'am,
mean,
don't
there's Via, but Via, as I said earlier, Via doesn't accept change. So, I mean, they don't give back change.
No, I can get there. It's not
Okay.
I'm just saying I don't want to drive myself and leave my truck there.
No, I understand. So, I mean, there's Via, Lyft, Uber.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
thank you.
So get there as quick as I can. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, thank you. I appreciate that.
And Judge, if somebody from the court can give me a heads up when he's there, in case he doesn't.
Yes, will do.
Thank you, Judge. And I have two other people that was at 9:30, since it's already 9:30. I guess I'll
Okay.
rename the screen.
All right, who's your other, just want, Mr. Ross, I see you with your hand. Just give us a moment. Who are your other people?
Judge, I have Michael Hinojosa. And actually, his is a motion to withdraw.
And who else do you have?
Albert Salcedo.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I was just checking that, Judge.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm excused, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're
See you
welcome.
soon.
All righty. All right, to all of the inmates, you need to be on mute. So please do not unmute yourself.
Criminal trial, Judge.
All right, and Hinojosa, is that criminal trial or family violence?
I think he's got both, Judge, and he's got a new indictment that I'm not his attorney on, and I've got motions withdrawn on the ones that I am his attorney.
Okay, I'm gonna send you, if you'll go back to your originating room, which was?
I didn't get one, Judge, because it was a PSI.
Ah, that is true. Okay, I'm gonna send you to number 16.
Thank you.
Martin Guerra, I'm sending you to number 17. Ed Piker, who do you have?
Judge, I have Juan Mello. He's in the courtroom. If I could talk to him, please.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Yes, criminal trial.
All right, to the courtroom. If you could go to breakout room number 6, please.
All right.
Well, first, before you go, is Mr. Mello in the courtroom?
He called the office and said he was, unless he stepped in the hall. So that's
Yes,
my
Your Honor.
information.
All right, to the courtroom. If you could go to breakout room number 6, please, with Mr. Mello.
All right.
Thank you. All right, and Ron Ross. You're on mute.
Judge, I talked to Michelle Hayden. She's not prepared to give an offer yet. This is first setting. She's got to get some medical records. And she also
And is
has,
your client in custody or on bond?
he's in custody. And I would like to talk with him if I could.
Is this your client?
John Garcia, yes, ma'am.
All right, are you John Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson or Mr. Garcia, can I have a regular reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. Give me just 1 second, Judge.
All right, if you'll just put it in the chat box.
I would also like to talk with John, Judge, if I may.
Yes. All right, your new court date will be February 24th. And at that time, the state should be prepared to tender an offer.
I think so, yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your client. When you finish speaking with your client, if you'll have your client come back to the main room so that we can excuse him from the main room.
Okay, and I can go ahead and be excused at that time, correct?
Yes, but just make sure your client leaves the room.
I will.
So if
I
you'll
will.
go back to number 8 and Mr. Garcia, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 8 to speak with your attorney.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And you're already in 8, Mr. Ross. Stephen Harris.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have Sierra Smith. It's our first court appearance on this case.
All right. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 18.
Okay.
A prosecutor will meet you there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Floyd Rivera.
Yes, Judge, good morning. I've conferred with the prosecutor, Your Honor. They have extended me an offer. I have conveyed that offer to my client in the breakout room. This is our first appearance, Judge. We just need some time for her to think about the offer and for her to come over to my office and meet me to go over some of the additional discovery.
How's your client listed on the Zoom screen? I don't see her.
Judge, she has to be under Jocelyn Hernandez. We were just in a room together. I spoke to her a few minutes ago.
She's still in the room. Let me see if I can get her to come to the main room.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I see her now, Judge.
All right, what's her full name?
Her full name is Jocelyn Faith Hernandez.
Okay. Thank you. Sometimes when it's alphabetized, sometimes it's alphabetized under the middle name instead of.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so instead of the last name.
Got you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a regular reset for Ms. Hernandez, please? All right, we're going to come back on February 22nd, and that will be by Zoom. And the state should be prepared to make an offer. Well, you said the state has already made an offer, correct?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, do you have all the discovery?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, Ms. Hernandez, on February 22nd, you should be prepared to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer or not. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
All right, thank you. Then I'm sorry, what did you say, Mr. Rivera?
Both be excused, Your Honor.
Yes, you and your client are excused.
All right, appreciate it, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you
Is
so
there
much.
any other attorneys who are back from breakout rooms? And Rebecca, I'm still waiting on the compliance, the person for the compliance hearing.
Okay, I'll reach out to the officer.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, I need to pop into the 227th District Court really quick. Would it be maybe excused and I'll be right back?
Yes.
Thank you.
Judge, this is Paul Essenberg.
All right, just give me one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure that in 15 that somebody was going to meet me there, because I don't mind waiting if I know somebody's coming, but
Oh yeah, someone's coming. You know, I tell everyone those breakout rooms are like doctor's offices. So you are number 15 on the list. So that means that there are 15 people, there are 14 people ahead of you.
I got you, Judge. I'll be there and I'll be on standby. Happy to be there. I just
Okay, but I do have some bad news for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Since you came out of that breakout room, a prosecutor saw that it was empty and they skipped over it and went to the next person.
Ah, wouldn't you know it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
geez.
yes, they will come. That's why I tell people, don't leave the breakout room. The doctor is coming.
I got impatient. I apologize. I felt like, well, does somebody know I'm here? I wasn't even sure.
No,
So
they do. They see everybody that's in the breakout room and they're able to move throughout the breakout room. But you're wearing a suit coat, so I know there's a hidden pocket in there. You just pull out patience and use it whenever you need it.
that's what I should have done. I should have done that. And you'll remember I'm that Dallas attorney who had his Baylor shirt on last time. I think we were in court.
Yeah,
And
that's okay. Are you not wearing your Cowboys shirt because of what happened?
oh, don't even go there. You're killing me.
I
Oh,
can bring it
man.
up because the Saints, let me just tell you, for some reason, the Rams decided not to play well. I think they just didn't want the Saints there. So I've had a Saints type of year and LSU type of year. So I feel your pain.
Well, Cowboys were tough to watch for sure, but I still go back and watch highlights of the Baylor National Championship game. That's what
that's what you keep to keep you happy. Okay.
I just watch the reruns of that. I'll be okay.
But you can always think of the Roger Staubach days.
Hey, I can even go back to Troy Aikman days. I'm good with that. But
there you go.
but
Just watch the reruns.
I'm plenty old enough to remember Roger Staubach too, so I'm okay with that too.
You know, my mom has all of the glasses that you could get from the gas station with the fill up.
Oh, no, she really?
Yes, so she has all of the glasses of all of the Cowboy championships and NFC championships. They don't do that anymore. You don't get free glasses at the gas station.
I don't think you get anything free anymore.
Nope, no self-serve, no full service anymore either. But hey, but yeah, if you go back to that room, someone will meet you there. And if you find yourself getting a little impatient, just pull some patience out of your pocket.
Hey, I've got my suit coat on today, so I've got plenty of pockets.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Back to the room.
Yeah, you can go back there.
Okay, great. I'm headed there. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Kirk Sherman. And you're on mute.
I was in room 13. Am I still in line?
Yes. Put some patience in your pocket.
I'll do my best.
All right, thank you. And you know what?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see where you were. Yeah, a prosecutor just skipped over your room because it shows that you're not in there.
I was in there. I mean, I am in there.
I mean, you're not in there now. Like it's when you are in the main room, it shows that room as empty.
Okay, well, I just came over to you to find out why nobody's come there yet.
Oh yeah, put some patience in your pocket. They'll be there.
Whatever.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Fernando Ramos.
Yes, ma'am.
I just talked to Marcus. They need to talk to the complainant before he can make an offer.
All right. And that they give you a time frame of when that will be happening.
I'm sorry?
Did they give you a time frame on that?
No, he didn't.
All right. Let me see where we are in this case. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Anthony Cabrera, could I have a regular reset, please? And Mr. Sherman, you're going back to the room you were previously in. All right. So on your case, we're going to come back on February 22nd. And at that time, the state should be prepared to make an offer. Do you need to speak with your client?
No, I'm going to catch up to him on the Zoom.
All right, Mr. Cabrera, your attorney is going to speak to you at a later time. Ms. Ferguson, can you let them know Cabrera 14J can come back? Mr. Cabrera, on February 22nd, the state will be prepared to make an offer. They're just reviewing the evidence that they have.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Martin Guerra.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. You have Bobby Jackson.
Yes, Your Honor. I just finished conferring with Michelle. There's going to be some new discovery. It's going to be handed over to me the next day or two.
Is your client in custody or on bond?
He is in custody.
All right, let me see where he is. Have you spoken with him?
Not this morning. I would like to, though.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, what is the ETA on Jackson? I don't see him on the Zoom screen.
Let me find out, Judge.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, Mr. Guerra, what did you say the state was doing on these cases?
There's some discovery. It's going to be turned over to me in the next day or two, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge, we just sent you a CPS order for the records in this case.
All right, thank you. State, when do you think you'll have those CPS records? Do you already have them?
We do. We should be able to copy them today.
Okay. And let me find that. All right, so Mr. Guerra, you need to make sure that you pick the records up. And Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a reset date in the chat box, and we'll get Mr. Jackson here for you, Mr. Guerra.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to come back on February 24th. And at that time, the state will make you an offer. And Ms. Ferguson, do you have an update on when they're going to have Mr. Jackson here?
No, ma'am, I'm still trying to get a hold of the jail judge.
All right, just give us a moment and we'll see what we can do.
Judge, once he's here, can I just go into the breakout room and then be excused from there?
Yes. Okay. But make sure that your client comes back to the main room.
Okay.
All right, any other attorneys? Let me see.
Is that an invitation to address the court, Your Honor?
Oh, just one second. Donald Wilson.
Yes, Judge, if I could visit with Mr. Kochansky in a breakout room, I'd appreciate it.
All right. Let me see. You are in breakout room number 12.
That's correct.
Mr. Kochansky, if you could go to breakout room number 12, please. All right, your client will meet you there.
Thanks, Judge.
Pat Montgomery.
Hey, Judge, I spoke to Marcus and he says that we're scheduled for motions to withdraw from Ray Martinez on my client's other cases.
Yes.
So I don't see my client on the screen and I also don't see Mr. Martinez on the screen. I'm currently involved in a concurrent Zoom meeting in juvenile court on a fitness to proceed evaluation. So,
all right, Mr. Montgomery is actually here.
Oh, there. No, I still don't. We've got.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are Pat Montgomery. I was like, Mr. Montgomery is actually.
I thought you misspoke, Judge, and I thought you were saying Mr. Hinojosa was.
No, and Brenna
here.
is being so nice. Brenna's just like, yeah, he's here. So we're looking.
I just thought you misspoke, and I was looking for my client on the screen. Where is he? I don't see.
All right, so Ray Martinez, let me have him come to the main room. I give everyone till 10:30. If y'all want to proceed now, we can proceed now. You can finish your other hearing and come back at 10:30.
If it's just a substitution, I think Ray was hired on cases he's trying to withdraw on. Yes. And I'm appointed on the murder case. So if the court appoints me to the other cases, I certainly have no objection to that.
Okay.
It seems like you should have one lawyer handling everything. If Mr. Martinez isn't hired on and desires to withdraw, I don't object.
Okay, all right. So Ms. Ferguson, can you make sure that Mr. Montgomery is appointed to all of Mr. Hinojos's cases? And then Mr. Montgomery, if you want to finish juvenile and come back, I give everyone till 10:30 to appear.
And Judge, before you excuse him, can you see the chat I sent you?
Your client is in jail.
I knew that, Judge.
No,
Like
nobody
I said,
told
I
you
didn't see
that.
him on the screen. I see all these fellows dressed in orange, but none of them have the name. And then when you said he's here, I'm rereading the names of all of these guys in jail, and maybe he's going by a different name. I don't know. Excuse me, Your Honor.
Oh, no problem. So if you want to finish with your juvenile hearing, and as soon as we get Mr. Hinojosa in here, we'll take up the matters.
Great, Judge. I'll come back. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Any other attorneys ready?
Yes, Judge, I just need to go into a breakout room, please, with Ricky Gutierrez. He is in custody.
Okay, and you were in breakout room number 5. Mr. Gutierrez, if you could go to number 5, please.
I had my other client in there still too. I think we can take him out.
All right, let me move him to the main room. It won't let me. This is what I'll do with him. Let me see. All right, if you'll go back to your breakout room, number 5, and just ask Mr. Lehigh to come back to the main room.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Any other attorneys ready? All right, Martin Guerra, your hand is raised.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have unraised that. That was just from the previous matter, Your Honor. I'm just waiting for my client.
All right, no problem.
Judge, can I see you in a breakout room?
Yes.
And Judge, before you leave, I send you a chat.
Okay, thank you. All right, Rebecca, I'll see you in breakout room number 1.
Judge, this is Sherman. I'm trying to get to Mr. LeBlanc.
All right, if you will go.
I came out of room 13, if that helps the court.
All right, have you already spoken to Mr. Groomer in 13?
I did, and I need to get to my client to convey an offer.
All right, so I'm sending you to breakout room number 14. And Mr. LeBlanc, if you could go to 14, please.
He's in jail, Judge, if that tells you anything.
No, I've sent him, so if you'll go to 14.
Thank you.
All right, and Martin Guerra, who's your client? Bobby
Jackson.
Okay, we're just waiting for him. Donald Wilson?
Judge, I have conferred with Mr. Groomer and with my client. Mr. Groomer has made an offer, and we're not going to be able to get it worked out today. And unfortunately, Mr. Kochanski has been indicted as a habitual, and it's probably going to need to be pushed for trial. And so I'm not on the wheel for first degrees. So it looks like you're going to have to appoint somebody else.
All right, just give me a moment. All right, Ms. Ferguson on Kachansky.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to need someone else appointed.
Okay, Judge. I'll send it to you in just a few minutes.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much for coming to be with us, Mr. Wilson. No, I mean, it's
I tried.
nice to have you here.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, thank you.
We'll see you next time. Thanks.
All right, bye-bye. Nathaniel Navy.
Judge, we've reached a plea agreement on the motion to adjudicate. Do I need to send that in the chat box to Norma so I can get the documents?
Yes.
Thank you.
Jeff Mullinger.
Yes, Your Honor. I just chatted Norma, but I've conferred with my client and with Brittany Sparks. Brittany is in the process of making us a formal offer, which I suspect will be something we can work out today. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for that offer, may I go to the 144th and 175th, you knowing that I'm coming back?
Yes, but the court is taking its break at 12:30.
Oh, yes, I'll be back.
All right, thank you. Thomas
Thank you.
Hilly.
My client's still on and is remaining on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thomas Hilly.
Good morning, Mr. Marcus. Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Marcus, please, or Mr. Evelyn Acosta.
What is your client's name?
Mr. Evelyn Acosta.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I believe it's criminal trial division. I believe I talked to Mr. Marcus last time.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 8.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Ed Piker.
Hi, Judge. Could I speak to your prosecutor, please, with criminal trial?
All right. I'll send you to breakout room number 17.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm trying to find you. Oh, no, if you'll go back to room number 6, a prosecutor will meet you there.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. So to the prosecutors, the people who are waiting to speak with you are Ed Piker in number 6. And Ed, you can go back to 6. You're already in there.
Okay, thank you.
Thomas Hilly in number 8 on Acosta Criminal Trial Division. Paul Essenberg, and actually Thomas Hilly is going to be moved to number 19 so everything can be kept in order. So Paul Eisenberg is in number 15, waiting on Criminal Trial Division. Raymond Martinez, Criminal Trial Division. Stephen Harris, Criminal Trial Division. And Rebecca, do we have the probation officer here for the compliance?
I see the officer. I'm not sure about the defendant.
Okay. And iPhone in the yellow sweater, what is your name?
Sierra Smith.
I'm sorry, what's?
Sierra Smith.
All right, Martin Guerra, could I see you in breakout room number 1, please?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And Ms. Ferguson, if you could meet us in breakout room number 1, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, just give me a moment, please. All right, Mr. Kochansky.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Your new attorney that's been appointed to you is Martin Guerra. He's on the screen. I'm not expecting anything to happen with this case today because your attorney needs to speak with the state and he needs to review all the evidence. Do you understand? Oops. Sorry. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, so your new court date is going to be February 24th, but I'm going to give you a chance to meet with your attorney so you can exchange information.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Guerra, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
And when you finish speaking with him, you can have him come back to the main room, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, he just walked up on me when I'm talking. I don't see anything.
It's popping up now. Everyone, just give me a moment, please.
May I go back into a breakout room with Marcus Sanders?
Yes. If you will go back to breakout room number 5, Mr. Sanders will meet you there. But don't go to that breakout room until you see him on the screen, so he'll know.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, because currently he's in another breakout room. All right, and everyone, I'm going to end up taking short breaks because I am filling in for someone as presiding judge. So I'll have people coming in and out for me to take care of other matters. So people, you're really going to have your patience with you today. Christopher Castro.
Yes, Judge. I was wondering if I can get back into a breakout room with Ms. Sparks. Just wanted a couple more questions.
All right, I'm going to assign you to number 8. Do not go to 8 until you see Ms. Sparks on the screen because she's in other breakout rooms and you can request her in the chat box to go to that room. Kirk Sherman. You're on mute, Mr. Sherman.
Mr. LeBlanc, and he's asking for a week to make this over.
All right, let me find Mr. LeBlanc.
Or you can make it later in the week if you want to.
All right, he's still in the breakout room. Let me see if I can get him to the main room.
I can go back to the prosecutor and see if they would recommend any kind of probation for him.
No. I mean, if you want to speak to the prosecutor, you can speak to the prosecutor again.
I'll try that.
All right, who's the prosecutor you're conferring with?
I was talking to him, Judge. I can go talk to Kirk.
All right, and Marcus Sanders, there is a defense attorney who wants to speak with you. Who was waiting to speak with Marcus Sanders?
Linda Corley in 5.
All right, so Mr. Sanders, if you could go to 5. Mr. Sherman.
Yes, ma'am.
To make it easier, I'm going to move you to number 11. If you'll go back to 11.
All right.
Thank you. Christopher Castro, you're waiting for Michelle?
Ms. Sparks.
Sparks. All right, let me see where she is. All right, as soon as you see her, Ms. Sparks.
Judge, I'm here.
All right, could you go to a breakout room with Christopher Castro? He would like to speak with you again.
Yes, ma'am.
And everyone, just give me a moment. I need to handle a matter related to presiding.
present right now. And we have the example of that. We think it's easier than this one. I mean, I don't know, but I'm starting to hurt my brain. Well, it's easy only to keep to yourself and shut your mouth. And, all kinds of stuff.
Everyone, just give me a moment, please. All right, everyone, I am back. Mr. Sherman. You're on mute.
My apologies again, Judge. I'm doing the best I can.
No
If I can go back to Mr. LeBlanc.
All right, just one moment.
I don't know if any
Mr.
other way to
LeBlanc,
get
if
there.
you could go to breakout room number 12, please. And Mr. Sherman, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Let
Thank
me
you.
see,
Judge,
if you'll go to number 12, please.
Order number 12.
Yes. Any other attorneys who are ready?
I'm ready to announce, if I may.
Just one moment, Mr. Healy. Mr. Essenberg, did you see someone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I did. I got a chance to visit with Mr. Garcia from the DA's office, and also briefly spoke with the probation officer. Excuse me. And the DA suggested we ask you to reset it for me to be able to send the DA some compliance certificates and information in order to see if we can't reach an agreement on the matter.
All right, and where is your client?
He's in the courtroom, Your Honor.
Is it a he or she? Because you said it was Brienne.
Brienne, it's spelled Briamd, not Brienne, but Briand.
All right,
And
could I
it's,
have the defendant to the courtroom? Could you have the defendant come forward, please?
Mr. Ferinas Perez.
All right, hi, how are you doing?
Hello. Bien, ¿y usted?
All right, so what's up with the shirt? What is this bunny rabbit that's a skull and bones?
He needs a translator, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge, I speak Spanish, if that helps.
Oh, no, that's great. Just one second, let me find him. I'm trying to find Mr. Perez. I don't have his.
You want a case number, Judge?
No, I found the file. Ms. Ferguson, could we have an interpreter come down, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it'll just be a moment. We're going to get an interpreter.
All righty, Judge.
All
By
right,
the way,
yes.
Oh, I was just going to say that I think I'm old, so I really don't know for sure, but I think that shirt is a fairly popular a symbol for a fairly popular Latin American singer.
Oh, well, you know, I'm out of date. These new singers, I don't know who they are anymore. I'm still with the Temptations.
I didn't have to get my mask.
But Deputy Laura, if you could tell Mr. Farinas, just give us a moment. We're going to get an interpreter here. Thank you. All right, and Mr. Essenberg, before the interpreter comes, what
Yes, ma'am.
did you and the state discuss?
The December 13th setting, I spoke with a Nicole Phillips, and she asked my client to comply with certain conditions of probation, including 2 different classes, some sign up and start community service hours, and pay all of his probation fees, all of which he has done, all of which I have proof for. And so I'm told the prosecutor that I would send the certificates, the community service information, and proof of his payment of all of his probation fees, so that hopefully we can resolve something.
All right, so just give us a moment for the interpreter to come, and then we'll take care of that. And when do you anticipate getting all of that information to the state?
I could probably do that just later on today, Judge.
Okay, awesome. Just give us a moment for the interpreter and we'll take that up.
Perfect.
All right, any other prosecutors or defense attorneys ready?
Judge, I was in a breakout room you sent me to, but it said I was going to be disconnected in 12 seconds and go back here to the break to you.
Okay, see, you know what? This is what happens when we have new people. Somebody, Brenna, I want you to do the investigation to see who's closing breakout rooms.
I'm also was in the breakout room as well, Judge. It looks like
Yes, okay.
Judge, I that is my bad. I pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry. I had to embarrass myself on my first day. I was trying to undo it for 60 seconds, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Brenna, should we revoke his Zoom privileges? I don't know. All right, so everyone, I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. If you were in a breakout room, please go back to your originating breakout room. It will ask you to do that.
All right.
So you should be able to join back.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ryan Groomer.
Sorry, Judge.
Oh, you're not the first one who's done that, but you're the first one who immediately owned up to it.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
The officer and the defendant are on for the compliance hearing.
All right, thank you. And just one moment. Everyone, just give me a moment, please. All right, Benito Campos, let me find you. All right, and then the officer. Who is this officer, Rebecca?
Mr. Castart.
Okay.
I'm here, Your Honor. They sent me back to a breakout room from an earlier error, I think.
Oh, no problem. All right, Mr. Castart.
Yes, ma'am.
I received the information on Mr. Campos. I know that you all want to terminate him, but I just wanted to make sure that he has resources, that I'm just not sending him out into the world without any resources.
Yes, ma'am. He lives with his mother. They live in a senior retirement home. Both of them are on disability. So he and his sister is supposed to take care of him in the event that something happens to his mother. We've had his mother connected with ACOG because he has developmental difficulties, and we're hoping that ACOG is going to further access him with other things like residential living environments and stuff. But the ACOG waiting list right now is about 2 years for an eval. So,
all right. So what are we doing in the meantime? Ms. Campos, are you able to hear me? Ms. Campos?
probably have mute on.
Okay. Ms. Campos, if you can hear me, could you give me a thumbs up? to the camera? All right, I think she has an issue. So this is my concern, Mr. Castart, and if you could give me the information on that. I want to know, since you're telling me with ACOG, there's a 2-year waiting list.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to know what is in place for him if he's terminated, because his termination date would be come up because he will be done with the length of probation. So what do we have in place for him?
Well, as I said, ma'am, he's currently living with his mother, so there isn't any residence issues, and he does have disability, so he has an income. It's just unfortunately, they're both on disability, so their combined income, is barely enough to pay their bills and their rent. So there really isn't any extra for probation. We've had no problems with his performance. His mental health is all being dealt with through the Center for Healthcare Services. So he's already.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Campos. How are you doing?
We can hear now.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Curtis.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Campos, the probation wants to terminate or end your son being on probation. And I just wanted to make sure that there are things in place for him because I don't want him to end up coming back in the system.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Castart, you were saying there are things in place?
Yes, ma'am. We have no real concern at this time about residence or treatment. So what it really comes down to financial, and we just felt that keeping him with us for another year, basically we weren't going to be adding or doing anything to assist him or help him at this point. So really we were just punitively holding on to him for financial because my program has a higher reporting requirement, et cetera. So, and it's a little difficult for them to get down here and see me twice a month and all those things.
All right. So what we'll do then, I'll terminate him upon expiration. And Mr. Campos and Miss Campos, is there something that your son needs or you need help with something? Let probation know, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions about anything?
What about the balance he has?
That will be taken care of. He won't have to pay for that. I'll excuse that, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. So according to what I read in the paperwork, let me see. He should expire on February 27th.
Okay.
All right. So if there's anything that's needed, be sure to contact probation, while you have probation here in that extra safety net, okay?
So like right now, like we live in an apartment, senior citizen complex, but we want to find out if we could get a house.
Okay. Well, probation, what they'll be able to do is they'll be able to refer you to places in San Antonio that could potentially help with that.
I'm on the San Antonio housing. I have a voucher, but it expired. And I requested it to be extended, and I don't have no response of San Antonio housing yet.
Okay, so what you need to do with that, because I've had clients before who had to deal with that. You ever heard squeaky wheel gets the oil? You need to continue to call them. Don't just turn it in and file it. Constantly call them and they'll work with you, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Castart, did you need to speak with them?
I'm good, ma'am. Miss Benito, Miss Bonitas, just remember that even when Benito's off probation, if you need anything, you can always call me. I will always take the time to help you. That's not a problem.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Castart. And Mr. Castart, if you'll send me the documentation with that, I will sign it for termination upon expiration.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Oh, thank you so much. God bless you too. And you all have a great rest of your Monday.
Thank you. You too, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Thank you,
Goodbye.
Mr. Castart.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Eisenberg.
We're here, Your Honor.
Thank you. And to the courtroom, if I could have Mr. Farinas Perez come up. And Miss Flavia, hi. It's so great to see you. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry, it's Carmen. Flavia put her name and it's
You just
still
put
there.
Flavia in there. That's why I was like, Miss Flavia, because I'm used to calling you Carmen. We're not going to be on the record. This is Mr. Farinas Perez.
Okay.
And I just want to give him a date when he needs to come back.
Of course, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Eisenberg, when do you think you will have everything done?
Judge, we've done everything except to wrap up the community service hours. He probably needs 30 days to get to work on those community service hours. But yes, ma'am.
Licenciado Eisenberg, ¿cuánto tiempo cree que necesita para terminar con todo? Ya casi terminamos con todo, su señoría, nada más falta que acabe las 30 horas de servicio a la comunidad.
All right, and Mr. Farinas, you need to pull up your mask over your nose.
Señor Farinas, tiene que ponerse el tapabocas por encima de la nariz también, que le
He did
cubra
that
la
before
nariz.
you even interpreted. So, all right. How
Wow,
much-
Judge, she's really good.
Yeah. How many community service hours does he owe?
¿Cuántas
I
horas de
believe-
servicio a la comunidad le faltan por hacer?
91, pero es que estoy trabajando mucho y no tengo casi tiempo para hacerla. Quisiera pedirle un poquito más de un
They
mes.
all over the place, man.
Okay.
I'd
Your
love
Honor,
to-
interpreter heard
Just one
other.
moment.
Where's you back? You never left.
Cleopas Marshall, you're not on mute.
I was on. You could.
No, we hear you right now. All right. So, Mr. Farinas, do you know how many community service hours you owe?
Señor Farinas, ¿usted sabe cuántas horas de servicio a la comunidad le falta por hacer?
Sí, me faltan 91. Aquí tengo los papeles de las que he hecho.
Yes, I owe 91 that I'm missing. I have the paperwork here of the ones I have done already.
Will you be able to complete that in 30 days?
¿Usted va a poder completar eso en 30 días?
La verdad, no creo.
Honestly, I don't believe so.
So, in this
Maybe I
court-
was being too optimistic, Judge. I apologize.
A lo mejor estaba siendo optimista de más. Lo siento, su señoría.
In this court, I allow deduction of 40 hours if you've completed the COVID vaccination, which includes the booster shot.
En este tribunal, yo permito una deducción o reducción de 40 horas si usted tiene la vacuna del COVID, incluyendo el refuerzo.
La verdad, no la tengo, pero si me las puede reducir, lo haré lo más pronto posible.
Honestly, I don't have it, but if you can reduce it, I will do it as soon as possible.
I'm not forcing anyone to obtain the COVID vaccination.
No estoy obligando a que nadie se vacune contra el COVID.
Yo sé, pero lo voy a hacer por mi misma protección.
I know, but I'm going to do it for my own protection.
All right, well, why are you waiting so late? Hasn't COVID been going on for well over a year?
¿Y por qué se ha esperado tanto? ¿Que no llevaba el COVID más de un año?
Malas amistades y malas personas que me reúno con ellos.
Bad friends, bad companies, and I was hanging out with them.
You know what I say about bad friends and bad company?
Usted sabe lo que yo digo acerca de las malas amistades y las malas personas.
No, pero
Your friends would say that you're bad company.
Que sus amigos dirían que usted es una mala compañía.
Tiene razón.
You're right.
So, with regards to community service hours, you can
Entonces-
also pay it at $7.25 per hour.
En relación a sus horas de servicio a la comunidad, también las puede comprar a $7.25 por hora.
Yo y mi abogado, que está aquí presente, ya intentamos de hablar para hacerlo, ya lo hubiera, si eso fuera así, ya hace rato hubiera terminado todo.
Permítame. My attorney and I, and he is present here, we tried doing it. And if we could have, we would have done it by now.
Okay. Mr. Eisenberg, is your client able to pay his community service hours?
I believe he is prepared to do that, Your Honor. We inquired with probation over the course of December and January about alternative methods, but we couldn't get any information about that.
You're talking a lot.
I apologize.
Licenciado Eisenberg, su cliente podría pagar las horas de servicio a la comunidad. Su señoría, él y yo preguntamos al Departamento de Libertad Condicional en los meses de diciembre y enero, pero no nos pudieron dar ninguna información de métodos alternativos para cumplir con el servicio a la comunidad.
¿Una pregunta?
I have a question.
Yes.
Sí.
Si se me permite pagarla, en estos momentos las puedo pagar y terminar con todo el problema para pudiera pagarla ahora porque esta con mi tía que vivo.
Permítame. If I am allowed to pay them, I will pay them off right now and be done with this because the aunt I live with. Adelante.
Mi tía me dijo que no pagara, que no le ayudara con la renta en este mes para que saliera de mi problema. Tengo un dinerito ahorrado.
So my aunt, the one I live with, told me to not help her out with rent this month so I could take care of my problem. So I have a little money saved.
All right. The amount then that would be owed would be $625.
Está bien, entonces la cantidad que se debería son $625.
Estoy disponible para pagarlo en este momento.
I am willing and able to pay it right now.
All right. So that's going to be paid to the San Antonio Food Bank.
Está bien, eso se va a pagar al Banco de Alimentos de San Antonio.
No sé cómo porque yo no soy de aquí.
I don't know how because I'm not from here.
Si me puede ayudar, estaría agradecido.
If you could help me, I would be very grateful.
I will help you. I will send you to a breakout room with probation.
Sí, lo voy a ayudar. Lo voy a mandar a un cuarto de reunión privada con el Departamento de Libertad Condicional.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you very much.
Este mes hice poquitas horas porque hice todos los programas, pagué todo el dinero que debía de provecho, traté de primero hacer las clases y pagar el provecho antes de las horas.
This month I did very little hours because first I wanted to be done with the classes and pay what I owed probation. So I wanted to get that out of the way before addressing the hours.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can we recall this for the 28th?
Señorita Ferguson, ¿podemos reprogramar esto para el 28?
Yes, ma'am.
Sí, su señoría.
All right. Will you have this done by January 28th?
¿Usted ya habrá acabado con todo esto para el 28 de enero?
Pero tendría que venir de nuevo el 28 porque estoy aquí desde el jueves que tenía corte y me estoy quedando en un hotel y he gastado mucho dinero.
But would I have to be here on the 28th because I've been here since Thursday and I'm staying at a hotel and I'm spending a lot of money.
If that is completed, Mr. Eisenberg, what is the agreement?
Si usted termina y completa todo eso, licenciado Eisenberg, ¿cuál es el acuerdo?
Well, Judge, we don't actually have an agreement confirmed other than the DA requesting my client get in compliance with all of these issues.
Su señoría, todavía no tenemos un acuerdo tal cual, pero el fiscal ha exigido que mi cliente cumpla con todas estas cuestiones.
Where are you from, Mr. Farinas?
¿De dónde es usted, señor Farinas?
De Dallas,
Dallas, Texas.
All right. If you've taken care of the community service hours, you can appear by Zoom.
Si usted se encarga de las horas de servicio a la comunidad, usted puede comparecer por Zoom.
Ok, saliendo de aquí, voy a ir a pagarla para terminar ya todo.
Okay, as soon as I'm out of here, I'm going to go pay him to be done with everything.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Lo voy a enviar a la sala de reunión privada número 2.
Okay.
Probation will meet you there
Un oficial de libertad condicional se va a reunir con usted ahí
and let you know what you need to do.
y le va a informar qué es lo que tiene que hacer.
Okay.
Okay.
And Carmen, could you go to breakout room number 2 as well?
Of course, Your Honor. And
All
to
right,
not
thank you.
interrupt, may I be excused after that?
Yes, you can. Thank you so much.
It's always my pleasure, Your Honor.
All right, bye-bye. I love
Bye-bye.
behind you. It says more self-love. I like that.
Judge, do I need to go to breakout room 2 as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And who are the defense attorneys who are ready to speak with me?
Thomas Hiller, ready to announce, Your Honor.
Okay, just give me a moment.
Cleophas Marshall.
All right, Mr. Hilly, you need to show your video.
I'm showing it, I think. I pushed.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. Your Honor, I have confirmed Ms. Hayden.
Just one
and-
second, Mr. Hilly. We're going in order. Mr. Sherman? You're on mute.
Unmute. Okay, Judge now?
Yes.
Oh, my client wants to do a plea application.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson will get that paperwork to you.
Okay, and the prosecutor, I need to let the prosecutor know he's taking that deal.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to move your client to breakout room number 9. I'll move you to number 9 and they will get the paperwork to you.
Thank you.
All right, Cleophas Marshall, who do you have?
Your Honor, I have Mr. Joe Sean Steen, and actually I do need to probably confer with the prosecutor on that case. This is my first time being here on the case. I was recently hired about 13 days ago.
All right, criminal trial division or family violence?
This one is a family violence, I believe, and I need to, we still haven't gotten the discovery uploaded or whatever in our system.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you.
Thomas Hilly.
Thomas Hiller, I confirmed with Ms. Hayden regarding Evelyn Acosta. And at this point, Your Honor, the state and I, we both asked for, this is the first setting for just a regular reset so the state can again make sure that we have all the evidence available to us.
Are you Evelyn Acosta? Can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a regular reset on Mr. Acosta? All right, Mr. Acosta, we're going to come back on February 24th. At that time, the state will be able to make an offer to your attorney, and your attorney shall have reviewed all the discovery. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Hilly, do you need to speak with your client?
I do not. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes. Ms. Ferguson, can you let them know L17 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anyone else ready? Mr. May?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Adam Barrientos. It's a motion to modify conditions of probation.
Have you spoken to anyone yet or no?
No, Your Honor.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial.
All right, Mr. May, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Nathaniel Navy?
Judge, we're ready. We filled out the documents for a plea of true.
Okay, just give me one moment. And then Mr. Piker?
Yes, ma'am. I've conferred, an offer was made. There's one witness that I'm hoping to find. I think that will help us well down the road to decide which way to go with this.
Is your client on bond or in custody?
He's on bond and he's in the courtroom.
All right, if you give us a moment, there are other attorneys in the breakout room in the courtroom. As soon as they finish, I'll take up your matter.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judge,
Thank
can
you.
I see you in a breakout room, please?
All right, just give me one moment and I will be right back, Mr. Navy. Which breakout room would you like to see me in?
We can go to 5.
All right, I will meet you in 5. All right, who is the prosecutor on Jasmine Vasquez? And Ms. Vasquez, you need to show your video.
It's Joe Ray Garcia, Judge. I don't know if he's in a separate breakout room.
Ms. Vasquez, your video is not allowed to go dark. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 8359, State of Texas versus Jasmine Madeline Vasquez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
I didn't hear you, Joey.
No, we can't hear you. Brenda, it's Monday.
Judge,
We have you now.
I don't know what's happening. It just cut out. Joe Ray Garcia for the state.
For the defense?
Nathaniel Navy, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Jasmine Vasquez?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Vasquez, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jasmine Madeline Vasquez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 8359 for the offense of theft, $750 to $2,500 on January 19, 2021 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
On or about the 28th day of August 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Jasmine Madeline Vasquez, committed the offense of failure to ID in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
On or about the 23rd day of August 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Jasmine Madeline Vasquez, did then and there illegally use a controlled substance, namely meth/amphetamines in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
The state waives the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations of conditions 1 and 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1 and 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 1 and 2 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge. We ask that the court deny the motion, alter and amend conditions, adding 60-day GPS, extend for 2 years, IOP, NA, mix/MyOff evaluation, CPS compliance, taken into consideration cause number 668419.
I'm sorry, taking in consideration which number?
668419.
All right, is that the agreement, Mr. Navy?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Navy, probation is in a breakout room, so I'm going to need you to take down. I know you're good at taking down what I'm ordering. So, Ms. Vasquez, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Why are you not being successful on this probation?
At first, it was because my Theo had shot himself in the head, and we were going through that, and my depression had really kicked in. And so I, of course, was using for being off my meds. After that, when I found out I was pregnant, I completely stopped. I got my job, and then I've been doing good since.
All right, where are you working? What do you do?
I work right now at Route 21. I am a sales associate. I sell perfumes and clothes and stuff like that. I've been working there since November. I have it written down right here somewhere. I got the job back in November 9th. Oh, November 15th. Before that, I was working at Dollar Tree as a manager. I was the night manager, and I got that job back in September. I've had 2 jobs, and I'm currently trying to get another one, just so that way I can start paying back my lawyer and I believe court fees. I think I owe court fees.
All right, let me ask you this. Why is Child Protective Services involved?
They're not. I don't have any open CPS case. I don't know where that came from. I have never been called by CPS.
Okay. When is your baby due?
My baby is due in April, April 30th, I believe.
Spring baby.
Yes.
Around Fiesta time.
Yes.
So when people ask you what you were doing during Fiesta, you can say, delivering a baby. You're my little Fiesta baby. All right. So here's the thing. You're going to have to start doing better, right?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
otherwise you could end up going to the Bexar County Jail. And I know people probably saying, it's just the Bexar County Jail. I don't know anybody who wants to be in the Bexar County Jail.
No, I prefer to be with my children and to show them that there's a way you can better yourself.
How many children do you have?
I have a 4-year-old right now, and then I'm on my second one.
Okay. You sure Child Protective Services are not involved? Because usually Child Protective Services gets involved when
I'm positive, ma'am. We've been living with my parents, so we haven't heard from them or anything.
So is it you have to live with your parents?
No. It's just we have been because of work and everything. I make $850, so I don't make enough to make an apartment's rent.
Okay, and is the child's father in your life?
Yes, he does see her. He has we have a case, not a case, but he's on child support, so he gets visitation rights and everything. He gets us money for her.
Okay, and the new baby, is he the father of the new baby?
Yes, ma'am. No,
Okay.
he's not the father of the new baby, but the father to this baby is involved.
Okay. And how's your relationship with the father of the baby that you are carrying?
We're great. Tomorrow he takes me to our ultrasound.
And how's he with your daughter? The
He loves
4-year-old?
her.
Okay. You know, in my experience as a defense attorney and a prosecutor, and I'm sure your attorney will tell you this, you know, I'm sure he loves you. I'm sure he loves the baby that you're carrying, But sometimes you still have to keep an eye on people because your 4-year-old is not able to, of course, defend herself, right?
Yes,
And
I understand.
sometimes 4-year-olds are not able to tell you everything that's going on. So I'm just asking that you be careful. Okay.
I understand that completely. He doesn't live with us. He does just come see me and take us to our appointments.
All right. And what kind of curfew are we asking for, Mr. Garcia and Mr. Navy? Because I am going to have to put her on curfew.
We didn't discuss that, Judge. I don't know what the state's position on that would be.
I'm going to want curfew. The only exception to curfew is going to be work and medical appointments.
I get out of work around 7:30, 8 o'clock.
And when do you go to work?
I go to work anytime from 11 till 8.
All right, we're going to do, this is what I'm going to do. Deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include intensive outpatient treatment, extend for 2 years.
And Judge, I realize,
I'm sorry, go ahead, because I don't think this can be extended for 2 years.
That's exactly what I was going to say, that this was actually pled to a lesser included. It's not a state jail. I think Mr. Garcia and I were
under the impression. Okay, that's okay.
Impression. So I don't know if I need to go back into a breakout room or.
No, because she's already on probation for 2 years. So her probation will be up in actually 2023. So deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include IOP, McMilef evaluation, CPS compliance, if there's any CPS compliance that's due. Take in consideration cause number 668491. Going to do GPS, waive fees, and there's going to be a curfew. So her curfew is from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. And if she is out past those times, the only reason she should be out past those times are for any type of medical reports or work. And in case I didn't ask for it before, let me see. What is the name of the father of the child that you're carrying, Ms. Vasquez?
Isaiah Winters.
Okay. All right, so you should already be doing the parenting classes and life skills course. And I said that your 100 hours of community service restitution will be waived if you completed a GED or were in trade school.
Yes, ma'am. I'm currently trying to figure that out. The job that I was gonna get in the warehouse was supposed to help me with my GED, but they didn't. I didn't pass the background check.
All right, well, probation will help you with your GED. We're going to do field visits random 3 times per month. And you are to reside. What's your mother name?
My stepmom's name?
Where are you? Who are you living with?
My stepmom and my father.
All right. So what's your father's name?
Carlos Vasquez.
You're to reside with your father, Carlos Vasquez. All right, Mr. Navy, did you get all of that?
My one question that I didn't catch was what fees would be waived if she did and I think it was the parenting or life skills class.
Oh, when she was originally placed on probation, I probated the $1,500 fine.
Okay.
The 100 hours of community service restitution was waived if she completes a GED or if she was in trade school. So these are conditions that are already in place.
Okay. And those are just remaining in place?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. If there's nothing else, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Probation will go over new conditions, and that will be breakout room number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm back. Oh, well,
all right. Who's speaking? So I have Cleophas Marshall. And for attorneys, if you're ready, you got to show your video. Any attorney that's ready, you need to show your video.
Judge Ed Piker from Breakout.
Okay, just give me one moment, Mr. Piker. I have you in line.
Thank you.
And Stephen
right.
Harris also from Breakout.
Thank you. I have you in line. All right, Ed Piker, you have Mello.
Yes, Judge, he's out in the courtroom. He should be on there. And I've talked to the DA. There's an eyewitness that I'm trying to locate right now that has said one story, then another story. Whatever the story is going to be a shot at trying to
All right, and has the state made an offer or no?
track her down.
Has
Yes.
the state has made an offer? Do you have all
Yes, they have.
discovery?
Yes, I believe I have. We're looking at it again from both sides, but I think we do.
All right. So to Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset in the chat box, please, for Juan Mello? All right, your next court date is going to be February 22nd.
Hold up. Yeah, I have a vacation letter in that week, Judge.
All right,
Can we
Ms.
do it?
Ferguson, can we have another date? How far is your vacation?
It's actually through March 1st, that Tuesday, but if you make it the 2nd, I'll be here.
You saying March 2nd?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
All right, we're going to put it on March 3rd.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, you're going to have a quick turnaround for your client's plea deadline date. So I'm hoping that'll give you a chance to look into whatever you need to look into.
I appreciate that. So March 3rd with a quick turnaround for a plea
Yes.
bargain deadline.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Are we
Thank
excused?
you. Yes.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Plea Office Marshal.
Yes, Your Honor, I've complied with, I've conferred with Mr. Michael Villarreal. There's still discovery that we haven't received yet, and I'll have my people to get on it and see what the issue is. Michael says that he's going to upload some additional discovery for us, probably in the form of photos on the case. So we haven't gotten an offer yet. Or at least I'm not aware of an offer. I don't remember. But so we need to get the information, and then maybe we can talk about an offer, hopefully at the next setting, if the court is okay with that, once we're able to see more of the discovery on the case. Also, it's kind of a secondary matter. My client is on GPS. I believe he is allowed to go and work, but he does deliveries. And apparently there was some issue, I think, with the GPS that said that he was somewhat in an area or what have you where the complainant lives, I think. But he doesn't know where the complainant lives. So he was unaware of whether or not he was actually in the vicinity.
This was already
all.
taken care of on January 10th, Mr. Marshall.
Exactly. That was already taken care of. But the reason why I'm bringing that up, and thank you, Your Honor, for reminding me of that. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is that my client there's some issues with him working and being able to go and do the deliveries that he needs to do. And I think they just give him the different places that he needs to go with the deliveries. Also, he does have other children, and he needs to pick them up and take them to different school activities and different.
All right, counsel, you'll need to file a motion. And then the court can hear that, or you can confer with the state and see what they're in agreement with.
Okay,
So,
I can do that.
Mr. Villarreal, defense is telling me that there is some discovery that they do not have. When will you have that discovery for them?
I'm going to pull the physical file today, Your Honor, and hopefully it's in there and I can get it uploaded. But if not, I'm going to have to reach out to the agency and get it. We just have black and white photos at this point, and it's not really viewable. So I need to get him readable versions of those.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you set this in February for 1 month, please? That will be the last setting for discovery.
And Your Honor, may I go back into a breakout room with Michael for just a moment, and then maybe be excused from there?
Let me get a date.
Very well.
Cleopas, you're always the Charles Dickens, paid by the word. But that's okay, I like it.
That's okay. But when I don't use many words, you ask me to speak more. So I just thought I'd exhaust you with my words, and then you'll shut me down. It's worked pretty good.
You pull the work record up. We, however, asked him to speak more words. But I enjoy hearing it.
Very well, very good.
Okay. All right. So we're going to come back on February 23rd, and that will be for discovery. And State, have you tendered an offer or no?
Not at this point, Your Honor. I would have to speak to my counterparts in CTD because he has 3 other CTD felonies pending.
All right. So we're going to come back on February 23rd. Defense, you should have the discovery before then, and State, on that date, I'm going to expect an offer to be tendered.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Marshall, I'm going to send you a breakout room with your client, and then you both are excused from that breakout room.
Also, Your Honor, when you said that I was speaking the first time, my computer shows that I was muted, so I don't know. That's why we need to be careful with Zoom, but it appeared to be muted at the time.
Oh no, we heard you.
Everyone, I know you heard me. I don't dispute that. That's what's going to concern me from here on out.
All right. So I'm sending you both the breakout room number 3. Mr. Steen, you can be excused from breakout room number 3.
Mr. Steen? Or
Sean Steen. That's his name.
I don't need to go in the breakout room for my client. It was with
you asked me to go to a breakout room with
Mr. Villarreal, with Michael.
All right. So if you can go to the breakout room because Mr. Steen is waiting for you. And then Mr. Villarreal, if you could go to number 3 with Mr. Marshall as well.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Stephen Harris.
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
I spoke with Marcus Sanders. There's some discovery that I didn't have access to. I'm going to get with the IT department to get all the discovery I can get.
Who's your client?
Sierra Smith.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Ms. Smith for discovery, please? All right, we'll be back on February 23rd.
Okay, Judge.
And that will be by Zoom. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
All right, Pat Montgomery.
Hi, Judge, I'm back from juvenile court. Can't tell from my screen whether or not there's Mr. Hinojosa at the top. Yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. Martinez, Mr. Hinojosa, I'm going to grant your motion to withdraw. Mr. Hinojosa, can you unmute yourself for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hinojosa, your attorney, Mr. Martinez has filed motions to withdraw in the cases that he was hired on. You do have a case that is a higher level felony that you have appointed counsel on. Are you going to have any objections to Mr. Martinez withdrawing?
No, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to sign those motions, and Mr. Montgomery is going to be appointed on all of your remaining cases.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, and Mr. Martinez, just give us a moment. All right, Mr. Montgomery, do you need to speak with Mr. Hinojosa?
Yes, ma'am, if I can, please.
All right, Mr. Hinojosa, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 6.
Okay,
When I've concluded business in breakout room number 6, may I be excused from the meeting, Your Honor?
You need to come back to the main room with him because I'll need to give you a reset date.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
And Judge, I have one other case this morning.
Okay, just give me a moment. If everyone else could make sure you're on mute, please.
I think we're close to some resolution of Mr. Vito. So Mr. Hayden a chat, but we just need to check to see how many days he has. And I think that we're
All right, Mr. Martinez. You have Mr. Salmonega. Let me see if he's made it to the courtroom. To the courtroom, is Mr. Patrick Salmonega in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, he is not here.
All right, thank you. So
Judge,
then you have Saucedo.
Yes, Judge.
What is happening with Mr. Saucedo?
Judge Ryan and I have had a chance to confer. He has a motion to revoke probation, but he also has a new number one. And so Ryan said he'll be prepared to give me an offer on that new number one case on the next setting.
Just one moment. Do you have all the discovery in the new case?
I think so, Judge, but I think he's also going to go through that and make sure. It's his first time looking at the file.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, could I have a 30-day reset, please, on Albert Saucedo? All right, we're going to come back on February 23rd.
And Judge, if you don't mind me telling Mr. Saucedo, once I get that offer, I'll go visit him and relate it to him.
All right, he's on the screen now. Do you want a breakout room with him?
I can do that too, Judge, yes.
Okay, just give me one moment. All right, Mr. Martinez, what's going to happen on this case and state what's going to happen is this is the setting, the new setting that's coming up on the 23rd is for the defense to get discovery, state for you to make a decision on what your offer will be. And then if there's another setting after that date, it's going to be a setting for a contested hearing. All right, Mr. Saucedo, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. And Mr. Martinez, have you finished speaking with him? If you'll come back to the main room with your client. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 12.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, anyone else ready?
Your Honor, this is Andres Campion. I need
Yes.
to speak with the state.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ross Rodriguez, who do you have?
Morning, Judge. I forgot to put his name on my identification. Jose Lozano.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I believe it's trial judge.
Okay, let me see what breakout room is open. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 8.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Any other attorneys ready? Okay, Kathy Compton. All right, everyone, just give us a moment.
Judge, are you waiting on a prosecutor?
No. I think we're just waiting for defense attorneys. Let me see who's in the breakout rooms. Charles May is in breakout room number 4 and Adam Barrientos for criminal trial division. Ross Rodriguez in number 8 on Jose Lozano for criminal trial division. Everyone, just give me a moment.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I got more time than
All right, Mr. May?
Hello, Your Honor.
Yes.
I visited with Mr. Sanders, and he has no objection to my motion, Judge, of removing the GPS monitor from my client. We reviewed it, and
Okay, and where is your client?
he's just saw him right there, Judge.
I am here, Judge.
So Mr. Adam Barrientos. Wave your hand, Adam.
Right here. See, answer.
Right.
Oh, I'm right here.
All right, thank you.
Sorry about that.
Sit back a little bit. Sit back. Sit back.
All right, and so what are we doing with this case?
Your Honor, basically, I filed a motion to modify conditions of probation. My client has been on GPS. We pled out back in July of last year. He's been reporting to probation. He's been doing everything he's supposed to be doing. On December the 15th, I visited with Ms. Melissa Villa, who is his probation officer. And she has no problems with releasing him from the GPS monitoring, Your Honor.
Okay, I have signed it. And I'm going to send you and your client to a breakout room with probation. And probation is in breakout room number 2. Be patient because she's in there with someone else. And just let her know that I've signed the motion to remove GPS.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, and then after that, you and your client are excused, and you can be excused from the breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, let me find out which breakout room you were in, Mr. May. There you are. Okay. All right, Kathy Compton on Cassandra Ramirez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. If someone from CTD can go to Ms. Compton with number 3, and Ms. Ferguson, if you could go to number 3 and let Ms. Compton know what's going on.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Kirk Sherman. Hello, what is happening with Mr. LeBlanc? You're on mute, Mr. Sherman.
No, I'm sorry.
All right, is your client on probation or does he have a new case?
He's not.
All right, so to the clerks, I'm going to send Mr. LeBlanc to breakout room number 4 with his attorney. Can you make sure that all the paperwork is done, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. So Mr. LeBlanc, if you could go to breakout room number 4, and Mr. Sherman, if you go to 4, please.
Thank you.
Mr. Borrego, you need to stay awake.
Your Honor, this is Andres Campion.
Yes.
We're ready to announce on Mr. Borrego's case.
And what is your announcement?
So we're here for an update as to our discovery. We are in the process of trying to obtain some records from Instagram, and I'm not really sure how Meta's the company that owns Facebook and Instagram how they work, because from what I've gathered, Bexar County Sheriff's Department will not. Okay, so first off, the Meta has their registered agent, I guess, is just an online portal for law enforcement to submit subpoenas. And so that excludes us as being able to utilize that online portal. Bexar County Sheriff's Department has informed us that they won't utilize that portal to issue it. The Menlo Park Police Department, which I assume is the municipal police department there in California, won't handle it. And we have yet to hear back from the San Mateo County Sheriff's Department, which is the county in which Meta is registered. So this is a trial case, and from what I understand, Your Honor,
who are you conferring with on this case?
Miss Hayden.
All right, Miss Hayden. Why is it that the sheriff's department won't deliver the subpoena?
Judge, honestly, I'm not sure. This is something, when defense and I conferred last time, this was something they were looking into on their own. I actually pulled their subpoenas off 360 and had Miguel request some information, which was sent to us from the company, but like Mr. Campion wants additional information. I mean, the records were pretty limited. So I told Andres, to let me know if there's any way that I can help out and assist. Obviously, we want to see what defense sees. So, but what they did provide us, and I provided Miguel with the subpoenas that I found online. It was pretty limited information. So
defense?
So Your Honor, our I guess concern is that the information that we're seeking, like the state had done that and they forwarded that to me and I reviewed it, and it's not the information that we were seeking, or it doesn't even look like the information.
So what information do you want? Is this information a secret, or?
I mean, it would theoretically be part of defense trial strategy, depending on what it shows.
Well, then this is what's going to have to end up happening then. Because I mean, once it's subpoenaed, it's going to show up that it's been subpoenaed, since you're doing public subpoena. If the sheriff's office or whoever you have doing the subpoena say they won't do it, then we need to have a hearing, and you need to have that person, the sheriff, somebody from the sheriff's office, saying why they won't honor these subpoenas.
Okay.
End of story. So
we can do that, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you reset this in 2 weeks?
So then I guess we'll have subpoenas reissued for Deuces Taken for that hearing date.
I mean, however you want to do it, but if the sheriff is not honoring your subpoenas, then you need to subpoena them to be here to explain why they're not honoring the subpoena.
Okay.
But I mean, and it also appears to the court that if you are subpoenaing something and you're doing publicly, the state's going to know what it is anyway, because it's a public subpoena. I mean, you're not doing a, ex parte subpoena. So I don't know if you want them to help you get the information you're seeking or not.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, so we're going to come back on February 11th. On February 11th, you need to have the sheriff is saying that they're serving it or not serving it. If they're not serving it, then defense, you need to subpoena the sheriffs and have them here on Zoom on February 11th.
February 11th. Yes, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm. And Ms. Ferguson, what time do you want that to be? In case they're subpoenaing the sheriffs? Should we do that in the afternoon?
I'm gonna put something in the chat, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, so we're going to set this for 10 o'clock.
10 a.m.
Yes. All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. You all have a good day.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good one.
Judge, I'm back in the breakout.
Yes. Yes.
You asked us to come back on Mr. Salcedo, Judge, but you've already given us a date.
All right, then, Mr. Salcedo, let me see if he's still in the breakout room.
He's in custody, Judge, and I gave him the date. I told him to try to link back into the court, but I don't know if he knew how to do that.
No, he did. Ms. Ferguson, can you let them know that 14H Salcedo is done?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And to the courtroom, do we have Mr. Salmonega in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor.
Judge, he just called my office. It looks like from where he's coming, it may not be till after lunch, but if he gets there after lunch, I'll make sure I get there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May I have excuse for now?
Yes. All right, and Ms. Ferguson, can you give me the new reset date for Oscar Villarreal, please? All right, thank you.
May I approach?
Who's asking to approach? Mr. Gutierrez, you should wait for your attorney to come. All right, and Ms. Ferguson, can you see if you can get a hold of Lisa Voigt, please, for Martin Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll put in the chat box the other attorneys that are needed.
Yes, ma'am. Judge, I just sent you a chat.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Ferguson, then that person will need an attorney.
We'll do that right now, Judge.
Thank you. Oh, Robert? All right, Rebecca, the next case we're going to take up is Valentin Lehigh. I'm just waiting for the defense attorney to come out of the breakout room.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, there is major noise in the office, Rebecca. So either there are mice who are chipping away at the walls, or either there's thunder and lightning. I don't know what's better. Brenna and Cinderella, they're always so nice. I think they helped her make a dress and everything.
I hope it's not my stuff.
I do too. But you know, they still haven't fixed our carpet. Our carpet is still water stained. Norma's office still smells like mold. They won't replace the carpet. Pat Montgomery, you're back.
Yes, ma'am. If you can issue a new court date.
All right, so, and who is your client?
Michael Hinojosa. Oh, when I went to a different court Zoom meeting, they deleted I had changed my name. You remember that? They must have changed.
I remember. I'm going to give you credit for that. So let me get Mr. Hinojosa back to the main session. So what is happening with Hinojosa? I know you're new.
And I've recently, just today, been appointed to the cases that Ray Martinez had been on.
All right, so Mr. Hinojosa, this is what's going on in our world. I'm sure everyone knows. Jury trials have been suspended.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to give your attorney a reset to give him a chance to catch up with things, to see about the discovery on the cases that he's just been appointed to. And once he has that discovery, then I'm going to have the state tender him an offer. Is the murder case indicted, Mr. Montgomery?
No, ma'am, not that I know of.
It's not, Judge.
All right, thank you. So we're going to see where we are on that. Mr. Montgomery, of course, I know the murder case is going to be sort of controlling in this. So I'm going to see when that is indicted. Once that's indicted, then we'll start moving towards plea deadline dates.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Hinojosa, please? We're going to come back on February 24th. And I'll treat that as a regular reset date, Mr. Montgomery. So that's technically not going to be a discovery date for you because I know it's going to take a while for you to download everything.
Yes, ma'am. The system is particularly slow today.
Well, you know what? My computer is extremely slow. They say that there's something wrong with the systems today, so everything is running slow.
I'm glad I didn't start pulling wires out of my computer.
Don't do it. Don't be like Gibbs from NCIS. Don't pull the wires. All right. So, Mr. Hinojosa, we're going to bring you back on February 24th. If for any reason you're bonded out, you'll need to appear on February 24th, and you can appear by Zoom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Ferguson, can you let them know Hinojosa 14N can go back? And Mr. Montgomery, you are excused.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you. Ross Rodriguez.
Hey, Judge, I've went to confer with Ryan, and I don't know if you can find the file. My guy has a reset, Judge, that was for February the 24th.
All right, let me check. I have it for January 24th in my file. I had recalled January 24th, attorney out of county with Wi-Fi issues.
Yes, Judge. And he just sent me the reset. It says February 24th on it. And it says it's from the 187.
All right, well, let me correct. That wouldn't have been me sending the resets. You know, I'm a firm believer that everybody stays in their lane. So.
Yes, Judge.
But, so what are you asking for?
Well, he's not able to get on because he's at work, but he sent me the reset, Judge. And I'm just asking if we could just have the reset for that day because I'm not sure if Ryan can find the file or not, Your Honor.
Well, I can give him an offer in the interim, Judge. I think it was just we started talking and then we realized that he wasn't going to be on today because of the confusion with whatever was going on. So I can,
All right.
in the interim, give Ross a offer.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, let's recall it for next week.
Yes, ma'am.
So she's going to give me a date, and that's when we will be back.
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry for the confusion, Judge.
Hey, confusion happens, but you know, if everyone is patient and communicate, it will all work itself out. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for a date. When I get that
Yes,
date.
Your Honor.
Judge, give me 1 second, Judge.
Okay. All right, so we are going to do January 31st.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And Ms. Ferguson, can you see if Joseph Stateson is available to Zoom in? All right, Kathy Compton.
Yes, Judge, good morning. So I spoke with Norma and Brittany, and they actually did have my client from the jail, and I spoke with her briefly. What I would like to ask the court for is if we could just reset the case. In the interim, I will get an offer from the DA's office on her case, but I would feel much more comfortable to discuss that with her once she's out of the situation she's in.
Well, do you need to file any motions?
No, Judge, I do not. I think that everything can probably be resolved with just a little bit of time, but I don't have any concerns that I need to file any sorts of motions at this point.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Cassandra, how much time do you need, Ms. Compton?
Judge, a couple of weeks is fine, or I know that I'm showing this is my second setting with you, but I actually, on January 10th, I was in trial in another county, so I wasn't actually here
Oh,
then.
no, I have that in my notes.
Okay.
I write everything down. And people, I always tell people
I'm so
I write
glad.
everything down on the document.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind giving me a little bit longer, I would be very happy for that, but just a
All right.
regular reset, however you want to do it.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we recall this for 30 days? And Ms. Compton, if you want to come back before 30 days, you just let the court coordinator know and she will do it.
Yes, Judge, that would be
Ms.
great.
Ramirez, we're going to bring you back in 30 days. And if your attorney wants you back sooner than that, she'll let the court know, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to bring you back on February 22nd.
That works. Thank you so much, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Norma, you can let them know that L22 can go back.
Thank you, Norma.
Jerry Valdez, who do you have?
Morning, Judge.
Yes.
I have a Paul Joseph Lewis, and I'm sorry, I just got the link this morning, Judge. I had not received anything before.
Okay, let me see where you are.
It's an MTR, I believe.
And I think it is Criminal Trial Division, is that correct?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis is learning the lingo. All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2, Mr. Valdez.
Thank you, Judge.
Probation will, I'm sorry, someone from the state will meet you there. Jeff Mulliner, you're back.
Yes, Judge. I've just chatted to Brittany Sparks that we accept her offer. That just happened. So unless we hear otherwise from the court, we're just anticipating doing it today or waiting to be given another instruction.
Okay, once everything is done, we will take up your plea.
Okay, Brittany's had all of about 30 seconds to have notice to start preparing the paperwork.
All right, and is your client Nicole Hall?
She is, yes.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3 for paperwork. The court, as stated before, is taking its break at 12:30, but I'll send you to number 3.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Christopher Castro.
Yes, Judge. My client's going to sign an alternate amendment and the probation's going to withdraw the MTR.
All right, as soon as the court has that, then we will excuse you.
Okay.
Judge, I just sent the withdrawal to Brittany and to yourself on Mr. Roland Lopez, Mr. Castro's client.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me find it.
Brittany still needs to sign it first, so.
Okay. All right, I have just received it. Mr. Lopez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you know what you need to do, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, please do not come back here. As you can see, it's so much easier when you're in the free world and all they're asking for you to do is report and not use. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you know you're not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So don't do it because I'm looking at your probation and let me see what the agreement was. Yeah, you can go to prison for 7 years. I don't
Yes,
think
ma'am.
you want to go to prison for 7 years and then people ask you why you're here and you say, because you couldn't stop drinking alcohol or you couldn't stop doing drugs, right?
Understand, Your
All
Honor.
right, so just do what you need to do. And if there's an issue or you see that you're going to drink or something, all you have to do is pick up the phone and call probation. Call a sponsor. If you need a sponsor to help you, then call a sponsor, okay?
Understood.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lopez. Mr. Castro, you're excused.
My excuse also, to Your Honor.
Yes,
Thank you, ma'am.
you're
Have a
welcome.
good day. You have a good
You
day.
too.
Judge, may I approach?
Yes.
I need to go back in a breakout room with, I don't remember which prosecutor I talked to in reference to Valentin Lehigh.
All right, who's the prosecutor who spoke with Ms. Corley?
Marcus.
All right, Marcus, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please.
Norma, Tilo.
Mr. Valdez, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. We have, the state's made an offer. Mr. Lewis has accepted the agreement with the state.
Okay, then we just need to get the paperwork to you, but the court is going to take its recess at 12:30. So to all the inmates, don't worry. If your attorney is not present, we will bring you back at 12:30. And I want to make sure that you all have your lunch.
I'm ready to announce on Mr. Lehigh if the judge is ready for me.
Yes, I'm ready.
Hi, Judge. Judge, we almost had an agreement, but not quite. If I could have one reset so that I could do some jail visits with my client, I think it's going to end up going forward on the MTR, either open and TICing the new case. But if I could have one reset, Judge, I just need to work with my client a little more.
How much time are you asking for?
Could we have a 30-day reset? And if I can get things going before that, I could always email the coordinator for an earlier date.
Yes, Ms. Ferguson, if we could have a regular reset date on Mr. Lehigh. Mr. Lehigh, we will bring you back in 30 days or sooner. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry about that.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
and
don't
I will-
apologize.
And Mr. Lehigh, I'll schedule a jail visit with you, and so that we can talk more and get prepared for our next hearing. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Judge. Let's see here. And will I just get an email from Norma? Oh, you're muted.
You're muted, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Lehigh, I just want to make sure that your attorney has everything that she needs. You have a chance to review whatever information you need to review, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So there's no need to apologize for getting a reset, all right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So, Ms. Corley, your next court date will be February 23rd, and if you want to come sooner than that, just let the court know. Oh, now you're on mute.
Oh, boy. I will keep Marcus up to date as well on the court date. And so I think that's all I had left. You had granted the withdrawals on Mr. Johnson's case.
Yes.
And I believe that Marcus was going to be sending, I had a motion on a GPS motion for a case that's not on docket. And I've talked with him and he's going to send you an email. I think we came to an agreement on that.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, and I think that's all I have, Judge. May I be excused?
All right, thank you. Yes, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, Carl, just a second. Yes.
I think she has Ricky Gutierrez, doesn't she?
Oh, you have Mr. Gutierrez.
Oh, Mr. Gutierrez, yes. Let me see here. Where am I? Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yeah, we are actually, I think we're waiting on paperwork. I think I probably have that now. Do we want to continue to try to do that today since it's afternoon, or can we?
No, let's do it today because I don't know how things are going to be at the jail because of issues that are coming up with the Omicron and all of that. So let's try to get that done today. But I do want the inmates to be able to have their lunch because if they don't get their lunch, they don't get their lunch, and I don't want that to happen. Mr. Jackson, even if you all don't think that the lunch is great. Brenda, as part of my being a defense attorney and a prosecutor, I would always go to the Bexar County Jail. And I even had lunch at the Bexar County Jail because I want to know what's happening at the jail. I've had lunch at the state jail facility and at the prison because I want to know what's going on, right? So I understand that, sometimes people don't want bologna, but yeah, but I still want to make sure you guys eat. So Norma, with the inmates, we're going to go ahead and let them take their break so that they can get their lunch, because I know sometimes they don't get their lunch, and I don't want to do that to them. But everyone, we are going to bring you back at 2, so don't worry. Your case is going to be taken care of today. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge. Same link?
Yes, same link.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
You may be excused. And Ms. Hall, I think, is going to sleep. So Brenda, what we're going to do, Ms. Ferguson, we're going to take our break now because I'm sure everyone wants to have their lunch and everyone wants to take their noon nap. Unfortunately, we're not in other countries where you get a 2.5-hour break. I try to do the best I can by having us come back at 2. So we're going to stop live stream, and whoever has paperwork, if you want to go ahead and get your paperwork done, we can get you sworn in, but I want everyone to have their lunch break.